You know what's nice about hitting the rock bottom? There's only one way to go from there, and it's up. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gladiators Tribe, and as you might have noticed, I haven't been posting much to the Gladiators on Tour series, and that is because I have had a few injuries that I've been dealing with that weren't allowing me to properly compete on Tour, and as a result, I've lost all of my ranking, which means I will be having to start all over again. I know for some this might sound like a disaster because even the way to play an ITF tournament is already pretty complicated, let alone winning ITF and ATP points. However, for me, this is a great opportunity to show you guys the whole journey, starting from 0 points and no ranking and reaching those juicy ATP points. This series from now on is pretty much going to be a tutorial on how to become a pro tennis player, and since this is a lesson, let's start with the theory. So there are several ways of getting into an ITF pro tournament, so-called futures, where you can get the ATP points. Those are ITF points, ITF junior points, which are out of the equation because I'm older than 18 years old, national ranking, and wildcards. Wildcard is probably the easiest way of getting into a tournament because, you know, you just go and play, but unfortunately I'm not a member in any of the clubs that ITF pro tournaments happen at, and I don't really have any other ways to get a wildcard. So yeah, that's also out of the equation. ITF points can only be won in the ITF pro tournaments themselves if you're reaching the last round of quali or passing the quali, which means that's also not really an option. And so we're left with pretty much only one option, and that is the national ranking. National ranking is just the ranking in the country that you're competing at. In my case, it's Spain, and if I get that ranking high enough, I might get the chance to play a qualifying of a futures. There are, however, some nuances, and the main one is that no matter how high I get my national ranking up, I will still be below anyone who has just one ITF point, and there are many players with an ITF point. So yes, this journey is going to be a hard one, but that's what makes it interesting, isn't it? And today I will be playing a tournament in Barcelona called Monty Tour. The catch with that tournament is that the whole draw of 16 players, the whole tournament, is played in just one day. And the cool thing about it is that the amount of points and ranking that you get from winning this tournament is very close to those tournaments that are played throughout the entire week, which makes this pretty much the fastest way of getting national ranking in Spain. And that is exactly what we're looking for. It's about 8 AM in the morning, my match is at 9, so let's get a quick breakfast and head out to the club. Oof, beautiful weather, guys. Been a long time since I played a national tournament in Spain. Do you know that, like, Roger Federer bag that my car's not opening? So, what I was saying, my current head bag is starting to slowly but surely give up, and I'm thinking of getting a new one. What do you guys think about the new Roger Federer bag, like the big duffel bag? I'm really liking it. Do you think I should get it? What do you think? Anyways, let's head out to the club. We have arrived. And I just want to say that this is probably one of my favorite clubs in Barcelona. Clay, not my favorite surface. I guess we're gonna have to deal with it. And yeah, I have to win 4 matches to win the tournament. Should be good to go. We were playing in the Club de Tenis Tellao, which is a great club with great ambience and awesome people who work there. For some reason, everyone there is just super kind, especially the staff in the restaurant. After reaching the tournament desk and paying the 30 euros for the inscription, I was ready to go on court. I was playing Eddie Carnet, and as promised, here's a shout out, but now let's go on court. Alright, boys and girls, we have court number 7. I'm headed there right now. Already set up the camera. And yeah, the guy actually turns out to be watching my channel, which is kind of cool. But anyways, let's get the party started. So Glads, first of all, I gotta say that it was so unusual and exciting to be back on court competing in a tournament even at this level. It actually felt a bit weird, and honestly you could kind of tell by the first few points of the set. Coming from playing futures and UTRs where mentally I couldn't relax even for a second because I was always having to stay focused as a single tactical mistake or distraction was almost guaranteeing at least a lost game, it felt really nice to just play the game and enjoy the moment for once in a very long time. This didn't mean that I didn't have any pressure on me in this match, because in this case the pressure is that I obviously have to win this match because I'm facing a younger and way less experienced player. But that pressure was not overshadowing the feeling of joy when destroying crazy forehands down the line. In fact, the forehand was the shot that surprised me the most, as it was actually flying rather well and dealing a decent amount of damage, so I didn't have to purely rely on my backhands and serve, which by the way were on point as well. So as the match progressed, I was feeling more and more confident, and closing out the first set was not an issue at all. This is the end of the set. I forgot to mention that the format of this tournament is best of 3 sets to 4 games, and in case of a deciding set, it's a super tiebreak, which I think is a rather underrated format because it's very cool, fun, fast, and just entertaining. But yeah, anyways, back to the match. So we're starting off a fresh set, and I decided to do so in a more aggressive manner, trying to experiment with a few things as I have secured a set already and had some room to try new things. Going to the net and aiming for riskier serves paid off right away, as I confidently took the game on my serve and loosened up his confidence on the game on his and broke him right away. From there on, things were just getting easier as the shots that I was putting in were getting stronger and stronger, and the illogical plays were bringing points into my side of the scoreboard. And just like that, I closed the first match of the tournament and the first official match in half a year.
Alright lads, so took the first match.
Playing my second match at 12 and it's like 10:30 right now, so that's not ideal, but served well, backhand felt well, forehand not so much. But then again, I haven't trained for 2 days and I haven't played on clay for maybe half a year, so it makes sense. Playing 3rd seed, don't know what his ranking is, but yeah, I think we should be good.
Glads, before we get into the second match, let me quickly remind you that if there's absolutely anything tennis related that you would like to purchase now or in the nearest future, such as that awesome RF bag, the link to get that is going to be down in the description below, together with our exclusive discount code that will save you some cash, and that also really helps the channel, so it's a win-win situation. But we are progressing in the draw and will now be facing the 3rd seed of the tournament.
Time for round number 2. Heading to the courts now. Wish me luck.
Alrighty, this time we're playing on the center court, and the atmosphere here was even better. It's a little far from being called Philippe Chatrier, of course, but I'll take it either way. One thing that I love about playing on courts with stands of this type is the sound of the ball impacting the string pad that is like 10 times louder. Just listen. Sexy. Anyways, I was playing another really young dude that was playing really well. And after playing this tournament, after not playing the tournament of this type for a very long time, I realized that the level of tennis in Spain is high on all levels, if that makes sense. Like, Monte Tour is one of the most basic tournaments that one can play, yet sometimes you get draws with people who are passing qualies in future tournaments, and that shows just how competitive tennis is. Playing well, I closed the first set pretty fast, but the problem is that my leg is starting to cramp. Luckily, a coach that is a friend of mine was watching the match and gave me an energy bar when I told him about the cramps, and that bar actually carried me through the rest of the match, no joke. Oh, Glads, by the way, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you're liking the video, and also like the video if you're liking the video. Let's see if we can get to like 700 likes, that'd be awesome. But let's get back to the second set, which we are starting with the serve, but not as confidently as the first set, as my opponent seemed to have started to feel the ball a bit more or gain confidence, or both. The key when that happens is to keep the pressure during all points. Anyone can start playing better at any level, at any tournament, and can actually take a few points away from you, even if they're on paper way worse player than you. When that happens though, it's important to not let go of the gas pedal though, and keep the pressure of the point going. If you're more of a defensive player, try to stay solid and keep using the plays and the shots that you're best at, and keep showing that you're not gonna make a mistake no matter what. And if you're an aggressive player, keep attacking and going for the risky shots, because if your opponent sees that you're not giving away, it will put pressure on them both physically and mentally. That's exactly what I did, and when he managed to win a few points in a row, I kept being aggressive and dominant, even if that meant missing and losing a few points or a game or two. By the time I calibrated my shots back, the guy wasn't as confident in his own shots and started giving away some easy points to me. And just like that, we close the second match and we're in semifinals.
Alright lads, so we took the W in the second match. It's starting to get harder and harder, to be honest, and although it's like 11-2, could have been a 5-3, 5-3 or whatever. The guy plays really well, he's also young, but yeah. I'm gonna eat something now because I'm cramping, my legs are cramping. Because I've been doing a lot of fitness these last few days and I guess I didn't recover well. But yeah, let's have some pasta and prepare for the next match.
I will definitely eat that pasta and tell you about the national ranking system in Spain and how to get into a futures tournament with national ranking, no matter if it's Spain or any other country. That's going to happen in part 2, which I'm hoping to post somewhere early next week. But for now, I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.